to talk to you today about something that we consider the game changer in our real food journey, and that's roasting vegetables. I had no idea that you could roast vegetables. I didn't even know what that meant. I did not know that was a thing. And so you can put vegetables in the oven and make them taste amazing. And not only that, but you can put any vegetable in the oven and make it taste amazing. You know, growing up, we thought we hated things like Brussels sprouts and mushrooms. My mom put Brussels sprouts in the pressure cooker. They were these soggy cabbage things that I thought, who would eat those? But when you learn how to roast vegetables, have you put Brussels sprouts in the oven? I mean, it's amazing. So I want to show you today 2 different vegetables that we love to roast all the time. Because what happens in the oven is it actually caramelizes and browns. So you're gonna roast at 400 degrees because all this means is you're gonna put vegetables in the oven. 400 degrees is pretty typical. A lot of people say you can go higher. In our oven, 400 is ideal. Now, if you are already roasting vegetables, most people are using olive oil and salt and pepper, and I applaud you. That is fantastic because that will make vegetables taste great. But I'm gonna show you a few other seasonings, just 4 seasonings, that are gonna take your vegetables to the next level and even make them taste more amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do sweet potato and Brussels sprouts. So all I do with a sweet potato is just trim the ends off. Now the key with roasting vegetables, and we're not even gonna peel the sweet potato, the key with roasting vegetables is you want everything in bite-sized or uniform pieces. So once we get the sweet potato kind of just cut into like little 1/2-inch cubes, we're gonna toss it in the bowl. And so we're also gonna mix Brussels sprouts with them. And so with the Brussels sprouts, these are medium-sized Brussels sprouts. All we're gonna do is cut the stem off and then quarter them, and we're gonna toss them in the bowl. So once you get a full-size bowl like this of Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, you're gonna have your baking sheet just lightly greased. Now, so this is the part, if you're doing olive oil and salt and pepper, add it now. You'll hear some people say that they like to just put everything on the baking sheet, drizzle the oil and salt and pepper, and mix it on the baking sheet. I just think it's easier to put everything in the bowl first. So we're gonna do a tablespoon of oil. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our salt and pepper. 1/4 a teaspoon to 1/2 a teaspoon is ideal. Now here are the 4 seasonings. It's a teaspoon of granulated garlic or garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano, and dried thyme. So a teaspoon of all 4 of those things. We're gonna dump it in, and then we're gonna toss it up until everything is well coated. Now, if you're gonna do Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, this is gonna take about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna toss it, and then about 5 minutes more. So the key with roasting vegetables is you don't wanna overcrowd the pan. So we want everything in a single layer, and we want to have a little breathing room around everything, because if you overcrowd the pan, then it's actually going to steam and not brown and caramelize. You know, for vegetables that are a little bit tougher, like the sweet potatoes, carrots, and Brussels sprouts, they're going to take the 20 to 25 minutes. But vegetables like, I'll have people come to me and say, you told me to roast vegetables, I roasted vegetables. I did zucchini and summer squash. And I always say, okay, hold on, that's fantastic, but those are better on the grill because they only take about 5 minutes. But asparagus might take about 10. Things like broccoli, maybe 15. So once we get everything on the baking sheet, we're gonna put it in the oven. And then after 20 minutes, this is what it looks like. Now, here's the part that becomes personal preference. So they're gonna be browned and tender. If you want them a little bit more tender, then do another 5 to 10 minutes. So it's just totally up to you. Now, one of the best things about roasting Brussels sprouts is these little flaky layers that you get. My son and husband will stand over the pan and eat those right off the pan. And I have to start yelling at him and saying, it's not gonna make it to the dinner table, will you stop? But that's one of the best things about roasting Brussels sprouts. Now, I have to tell you that I've had people tell me that learning how to roast vegetables totally changed their life. I have someone who just told me about 2 weeks ago, she's 60 years old, she's gone her whole life and never bought things like butternut squash, fresh mushrooms, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and now she's roasting all those things and absolutely loves it. Because roasting vegetables can be the game changer. With our kids, when our son was 7, One of the vegetables we started with was parsnips. I didn't even know what a parsnip was. It's a cream colored carrot. We cut it just like you would a carrot, shaved outside, cut it into strips with olive oil, salt, and pepper, roasted it for almost 30 minutes, and we handed them to our picky chicken nugget eating son, and he devoured them. And we said, those are parsnips. And he said, I don't care, they taste like French fries. So at that point, we thought, what else can we put in the oven? And so it really, really can make a ton of vegetables taste better. If you think you hate mushrooms, try putting mushrooms in the oven. They're phenomenal roasted. So another thing that you can do with roasted vegetables is they're great to do ahead of time. If you walk in the door and have no idea what's for dinner tonight, put roasted vegetables with some cooked pasta and a little bit of pesto, basil pesto, just the jarred kind, a tablespoon or two. That can be an ideal quick and easy dinner. But you can also put roasted vegetables in breakfast burritos. You can put them in quesadillas. You can put them in grilled cheese. The possibilities are endless. So if you haven't tried roasting vegetables, please, please try it and let us know what you think. We can't wait to hear from you. See you soon.